Hi friends, it's Amanda. Welcome back for more Hip Kit Club inspiration. Super excited to be joining you today for my first February kit projects. And my design team assignment today is to feature this gorgeous paper. It's from the Pinkfresh Studio Noteworthy collection. It's the cut apart sheet entitled Right Now. And I must create cards with it. So I'm not actually a natural card maker. I do make cards, but I'm not a natural. So um, yeah, look, I've cut apart the sheet and I'm just going to play around with some embellishments first till I get a bit of an idea of where I'm going with my cards. Um, it's the first video I've ever done of my card making because I am so I get really particular and fussy, and I find it a bit tricky to make cards, and I tend to be very attached to the people I send them to, and it becomes very sentimental and meaningful, and then because it's from the heart, it gets tricky to create. So yeah, so a bit of a first for me today. So I hope you enjoy what I make. I've decided to use this gorgeous pattern paper also from the Noteworthy collection from Pinkfresh Studio. And I'm using the gorgeous, that beautiful, rich, happy sunshine yellow gingham print pattern. And I'm going to do some vertical cards. They're 6x4. And I'm just going to round those corners with my corner rounder punch. It's a bit of an old punch, but it does the job. I just like the rounded corners at the base. I'm going to use that card and that cutout piece there, and I do like that. I also have mixed in some die cut ephemera that's also included in this month's kits. Yeah, look, card making doesn't come natural for me, so I do sort of play around with an idea first before I commit to it. So you'll see I'm going to put the foam tape just underneath it so I can get an idea for the look, make sure I'm happy with that. I'm contemplating adding stitching because I do love to add a bit of textural dimension in the way of, either stitching or lace or buttons or that sort of thing. So I'm definitely going to do that. I like that ephemera piece in the center there, and I'll probably foam mount that. I'm just going to dive into the embellishment kits now. So everything that you see currently was from the scrapbook main kit, but this is the embellishment kit, and look at all these lovelies in here. Lots of those beautiful pieces. But first, I think, I'm definitely going to commit and stitch. So double stitched around the base of that 3x4 card. And I like the idea of adding some pom-pom trim around it, just to give it that little bit of extra wow factor. I told you I'd add ribbons or lace or something. So I'm going to just take that on. There we go. And that's just from my sewing stash. I've zigzag stitched that ticket piece. I do like how that looks. And pom-pom trim, it's available at all good sewing stores. I just buy it by the spool because I use pom-pom trim quite a lot in mini albums and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's lovely, and that colour is just divine as well, isn't it? It's another bright spring colour, so it's perfect. I've got my foam mounting inside there. I'll lay that onto the front of my card. So it's starting to get to that point where I get to embellish and do all the fun things that I love most of all. But I'm also starting to feel like I've actually got something now, and this will determine the other two cards that I make in the set. So when I make a set of cards, I usually make 3 or 5s, and I'm always inspired by the first card that I'm making, and I go from there. So yeah, look, I love the idea of adding that die cut piece inside, and the same frame that you see on the actual card, I'm going to add it or layer it over. It doesn't quite line up, but I like the extra leaves and the foliage coming out, so I'm going to do that. And I don't think it'll matter too much that it doesn't quite line up because you're not going to see a lot of it. And then foam mount that piece in the center. So we're getting lots of those dimensional layers happening in this card, because otherwise it is just a lot of bright pretty color, but it's flat and it's boring, and I want it to be interesting. I want the person that when they receive it to go, oh, this is just beautiful. It makes me feel happy. And it really is a gift unto itself. So perhaps that's why I struggle with card making. It can't just be a card. It has to be a gift unto itself. So there we go. But layering that piece on now. There we go. Very, very sweet. And I'm going to look for some sentiment options as well now. And I look at the puffy stickers first from the embellishment kit, but I do love the word love that's on. Yeah, it's just a really good size for that larger ticket, and I think it's perfect for a card sentiment. So color balance is beautiful. It just ties in, beautifully. So on that goes. Put that one in. Oh, look, I'm going to be fussy now. See, this is why I'm also not good for card making. I'm too fussy. I put things on, I pull them off, I put them on, I pull them off. I find me very annoying to watch at times. Yeah, look, my hat's off to all you amazing card makers out there, because yeah, I love doing it, but it's a lot more time consuming than making a scrapbook layout for me. Now, there's mixed embellishments from the embellishment kit. These are gorgeous, also from, of course, the Noteworthy collection, because the colours in this, obviously, everything coordinates perfectly, and it's just really, really pretty. And I did like, there's a little love heart, and in that same pink and purple tone, so ideal for this particular card. So that enamel dot there. And I sort of hum and ha about whether I add the enamel dots or some of those wood button ones. And then I thought about adding some sequins or some actual buttons, but in the end, yeah, I decided on these enamel dots. So they're pretty, they work beautifully, they're already in the kit, so why not use what we have? Sometimes I get a bit nervous, we have a project a week to create, and I don't want to use up all the good things in my first project, but oh, look, these are divine, and how could I not? Absolutely gorgeous. So coming on with the enamel dots for that finishing touch. And they go. We'll have a couple more. Very, very pretty. And look, there you go. There's my first card. So I'm really happy with how that looks. Because it's pattern paper, I was thinking I'd have to line it. But look at that. The gorgeous grid base that is in the mixed embellishment pack would be perfect for lining the inside of your cards with. So I don't waste anything. But for today, I'm just going to assemble the other two cards. And I'll do the rest of the interiors in another time. But just, yeah, being inspired now by that first card. So I'm going to have the tag at the top, or the ticket. And again, that's come from that cut apart paper. I'm going to use the beautiful frames, the zigzag stitching to hold things in place, stitching around the edge. And that one was a 4x4 card, and I couldn't get it to work for me. So I've actually trimmed it to 3x4, and I'm actually going to use the reverse side of it, because I'm going to, use it as a base more for that beautiful floral that's in the frame. Adding some vintage lace, because, it's me and I have to add either lace or sewing or some sort of beautiful element of, a sewing element to my cards. I do like that. I think I don't know if it's something warm and homey, or I don't know what it is, but I do love that effect. So a puffy sticker sentiment, the word lovely. And then coming in with, just some more finishing touch pieces from the embellishment pack. Oh, look at that. Isn't that really pretty? Really happy spring cards. I love how these are looking. I've got one more to go because, of course, as I said, I make things in 3s and 5s. And for this one, I sort of hum and ha about what I'm going to do, but I decide on making, a really pretty little, new home or welcomed home or card. And I liked that title. It said Live in Wonder, and I thought, that's nice, because if you're moving into a new house, that's a lovely sentiment. But I just couldn't get it to work, so I ended up choosing Around Here, because around here in our house, I thought that was a nice sentiment too. I did use the pom-pom trim again this time. I'm layering an embellishment that almost reflects the picture on the card, but doing it as a layered effect with a puffy sticker frame as well. Pretty much just following, I still persist with that sentiment. I really liked it. Still persisting with the same, design for my cards. I do like them to blend in. So I've zigzag stitched that little tag, but in this case it's a postage stamp on top. I decided on the Around Here for this one, I think. I'm going to foam mount that for the sentiment, and then pop that piece into place, and some finishing mixed embellishments again to finish off my card set. And look, there you go. Simple, really beautiful, pretty sunshine happy spring cards. One for a new home perhaps, and then some just to spread the love. And oh, look at that. Lots of beautiful close-ups coming for you now. I hope my cards have inspired you and that you've had lots of fun watching. I certainly had fun making them. Look, thanks so much for watching, liking, subscribing. Be sure to check out this month's Hip Kit Club releases. The March kits are divine. I'll have all the links in the description box below. Thanks for watching. Bye.